So welcome to my latest hack, which makes use of Anvil web apps to turn my lights on at home. And some of you may have already seen this on Twitter and had a go. Basically built a really simple web app and then set up a live stream so you could watch the lamps being turned on and off. You'll notice in the web app you have an on button and an off button. When you click these, it tells you the light is on and this little flag lights up. And if you turn the light off, it says off. And this has been running various days and evenings, and you can see in the stream here you've got different people turn the lights on and off. Okay, so this is all remotely, people logging onto the website or hitting up the website and then accessing this when it's running. If you want to have a go, check out my Twitter feed at Dan_Aldred, and you can see when I'm going to be doing it. It's usually round about 9 o'clock in the evenings, 8:30 in the evenings that I set it up. Although I had it running for 4 hours in the daytime, and I have to say I had a bit of a headache because, as you can see from the video there, a lot of people kind of turning it on and off. It makes use of Anvil, which is web apps. If you haven't had a go with them, it's absolutely fantastic. It also uses the Energini smart plugs, and these have been around for a while. The smart plug is kind of down here underneath the table, and then I have a board added to the Raspberry Pi, and that is triggered when someone presses the on button. So if you want to have a go, check back, see what's available, and you can turn them on and off. But now let's have a look at how the actual Anvil code works. So in this part of the video I'm going to show you a quick breakdown of the Anvil app and some of the features of it and how it was created. So you've already seen the app in action on the website, and this is obviously the web app here on the Anvil page. Live stream here, on and off buttons and flags that appear. So I'm just going to stop this and go to the actual setup. Now, Anvil is a really useful and incredibly easy web application software to use. What's really good is it's all in the cloud, so I don't have to install any software. I don't need to worry about backing up. I can simply save a version here and roll back to previous versions. And the support for this is absolutely fantastic. I'll just show you a quick example. If I want to put a label in, so this is a test label, literally drag it in, I then rename it. So I'm going to call this one test label. Now if I do something weird, then it does shout at me and say, you haven't done this quite right. So there's plenty of interactive support there. And then here I've got all the elements or properties. I can add icons to it, change the layout, add the backgrounds, add pictures to it, and it's absolutely fantastic. And all these features are here. And what's nice about it is if you get stuck, the help facilities are absolutely brilliant. So if I just type in label, make a label, add labels, populate labels, and there's some really good tutorials, codes, everything to get you started. So let's just undo that. So what we're interested in here is actually to see how this works. So if I drop into the code, and you can see here I've obviously imported the Anvil server, set up a couple of variables, and this is all pre-populated by Anvil code. The only bits I had to do were create the functions for the two buttons. And you can see here for the first button, obviously if it gets turned on, then it displays that it's turned on. It also puts the name of the person who turned it on, which is in this box here. And somebody, when I was first testing this, suggested why not have a flag that displays to show that it's actually on or off. So again, you can see that the flags have been added here. So this sets the flag on if it's the lamp is on, and it turns the off one to off, and so on. And then you've got the kind of mirror image on that on this side. Really easy to do. Slightly more complicated was obviously setting up the link to the Raspberry Pi. So you press in uplink. This gives you all your codes, etc. And I'll just jump over to the Raspberry Pi. We're going to have a quick look at the code here. 10, 12 lines of code. Anvil server code goes in here. Okay, so what happens is when the Anvil server is called, run this function here, which is called light. If we go back here, we can see that the function, okay, is called light. So when that gets called, you're going to do all these different things. So what happens is I click on the button, it then calls the function light, and in here the function light turns the lamp on. So this is a code running here on the Raspberry Pi to turn the lamp on, the Genie lamp. And then obviously I've got some separate code running here which deals with the buttons and the displays. So really simple. If you haven't had a go with it, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely going to be using it in the future. You know, 5-10 minutes you can have a really nice app set up, and what's really good about it is it's simple, but also the help and support is fantastic. So yeah, that's the kind of behind the scenes of how it works.